Hey there guys, it's CJ here from CJ and Johnny's Gear Gabs. Sorry I haven't posted anything in a little while. I've been a bit unwell, so we haven't managed to get sitting down together for the podcast, but there will be one out soon. I just thought I'd do a follow-up video today of the last time we saw my pedal board. I'd got a lot of Japanese pedals and I was just playing around with it, getting right combinations of everything. And I've just finished my pedal board today, and unfortunately, not one of those Japanese pedals have made it. And I'll tell you why later. But anyway, we're going to start off with how I've got my pedal board set up, what new pedals I've got, what each one may necessarily do if I get to that level, and why I have it on my pedal board. So I'll start off from this side. So we've got a spark boost, which is just basically just gives the amp a little bit of a kick and a little bit of a volume boost through the actual pedal line. We've got the Hall of Fame. Now the Hall of Fame is only used on these settings for specific songs that I need a very ambient sound. I've just acquired the Joyo Atmosphere, which is a really good reverb pedal. That is if I want a little bit of reverb, but I don't want overkill that produces at the time, and I can't be bothered to bend down and change the settings because I just want to leave it there. And so yeah, so this is a really good pedal. It's currently set to Forest at the moment. It's got Comet, it's got Pulse, it's got reverse mode. So yeah, so that's a new pedal on the board. We then have these three here, which are the Flashback Delay. So as you can see, that's the settings. I've got it on tone print 2. Don't ask me what the tone print is. I haven't got a clue. I liked it when I got the pedal. I've just left it like that and tweaked it tiny bit on the pedal. My two favorite pedals of all time, any pedal board I've ever had, apart from maybe my very first one, I've always had these two pedals, TailSpin Vibrato, and as you can see, I've sort of I put a Sharpie to where I normally have it. I definitely don't have it any higher than that second mark on depth, and the second mark on where I leave it between those settings. If I need to, I turn it down a bit. And my Nux Chours, which I've literally just got, and it's quite hard to find them in the actual Nux chassis. They're now called Twin Note, I think, and I stopped making them ages ago off Amazon, but I've always liked it. It reminds me a bit of the TC Electronic Afterglow Chorus. So I've got that set there, and it makes it, it's a really lush chorus. You can hardly hear it through the settings anyway. So yeah, and then I've just got this here, Vintage Phaser, which is replacing that. Now, the Hyperphase I found was very overkill with a lot of the settings, and it was it felt too digital. It sounded too digital for my liking, and I just wanted something that was a little bit softer, a bit like a Phase 90 type of one knob thing. So I found this, I bought it, and yeah, it does me alright. It just gets set to 1. I don't want it any higher than that. Like I say, I would use it as a, if I had a Phase 90, I would have it the same sort of setting. Next off is I have a bigger spark boost, which is basically used as it just gives the line a treble kick. That's all it's basically used, so it's not used as an overdrive or distortion. Then I've got the sparkle drive. As you can see, I've got gain fairly way up, clean, just giving it a bit of a clean mix so it's not too aggressive. Tone in the middle, volume up. That's my first overdrive. My second one now is the MojoMojo overdrive, which these are my settings. And I find it gives it a subtle crunch. It's not overkill. It's a low gain pedal anyway, so it's not going to produce a massive amount of grit or dirt through the into the amp. It's just a nice subtle sound. And then the DS1, which is a new pedal. Normally I wouldn't have gone for the DS1. I would have gone for something like the Rat, but I just thought the way that I wanted my board set out like this, and the space, that I thought the Rat wouldn't really fit on it. So I mean, the Sparkle Drive barely fits on, and that definitely doesn't fit on. I've had to turn it sideways. So yeah, so the DS1 is there, and basically it's on a bit of wood. Oh, it's on a bit of wood. This thing is just a wooden board, off an old computer stand, with Velcro on it, and then under this mesh of wires, which is probably better seeing it that way, that is where my power supply is, which is called the Metalux. And I'll turn my guitar up, and with all the pedals on, I have that gang there with all of those pedals on. I have that with all of them switched in. I've got my guitar to full tilt, and I hardly get any noise. Oh, I need to turn it on. Do it again. So I hardly get any noise with any of the main pedals. I do with the distortion, but it's, you know, with all those pedals on, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pedals on, 3 gain pedals, 3 modulation pedals. Those 2 come from China, so you would expect them to not be the best build quality and, you know, leak out a bit of sound, but not, you know. And that's my guitar there, is turned up. It's turned up. So apart from when the DS1 is on, everything else is really quiet. So yeah, so that's just that shot today. I am actually going to be playing a little song with all of my pedals on and on my guitar, just a little melody that I found off the internet, and just playing along to introduce you to my guitar as well and my settings for that. All right, thanks, bye. Hey there guys, it's CJ here again, just to introducing you to my main guitar, the guitar that I've used to um, play, you know, all of my songs, all of my practice material. It's a guitar that I have quite an affinity for. I've had 2 of these. This is the second one. I affectionately call the guitar Grace. There's a whole reason into it and everything like that. It came down to the damage that happened on the first version of this guitar, ages ago, probably about 2 years ago. Damaged the headstock end with some of the string trees and the tuners, and just the way it came from the actual retailer. But yeah, it's a Fender Strat. I don't know if you can see that. It's like Fender Stratocaster. It is a Fender, I think they call it the Deluxe, the Fender Deluxe Stratocaster HS, because obviously it's got a single humbucker, and it's Mexican made. It is a beautiful sounding guitar. It has 2 noiseless pickups in the neck and in the middle. And then it has a humbucker here, and it also has a push switch, which splits the coils on it. So I just thought I would get a little video of me playing Grace, and through my amp and through my pedal board, give you an idea of what it sounds. Now bear in mind, I'm recording this off my phone, so the quality isn't going to be fantastic. I do apologise, but I will tell you what pedals I've got on. So when you saw my pedal board tour earlier on, I have the Spark Boost as the main volume out. I still have the Flashback Delay on, the TailSpin, the Nux Chorus, the main spark boost as a treble boost. I've got the sparkle drive, and I've got the MojoMojo. Okay, and if I give you a sound of what sounds like clean, if you just bear with me a second, if I can turn it up. Tune, check it's all in tune. Keys out. There's out slightly. And then E. Yeah, okay, I'm happy with that. So I'm going to play a little, ironically for someone who isn't a U2 fan, this it's called a U2 style guitar backing track in D major. So I'm just going to play along to the simple chords, play, you know, a little bit of I'll do a little bit of noodling as well. Now bear in mind, I'm not the best guitarist in the world. I'm not the greatest guitarist with my positioning or with the way that I do it. I tend to stick within scale patterns rather than, you know, doing a bit of flair. You know, I'm just learning myself and trying to get better at guitaring. So I'm gonna turn my pedals back on. So I'll turn Flashback, the TailSpin, the Nux if it turns on, yeah. The sparkle drive, the MojoMojo, the sparks, and happy with that. Now let's get the song on the go.